Hi, everyone. Welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga, where we'll practice the first half hour in Vinyasa flow and the next half hour in restorative and yin postures, followed by 10 minutes of meditation after Shavasana. So please find a comfortable seat to start. Yesterday was the full moon, and it actually went on until early this morning. So I want to read just a little bit about illuminating the shadow aspects of ourselves, which is a common practice, a mindfulness and meditation practice, if you have a ritual for honoring the full moon. And this is along the lines of the yogic practices of both self-study, which is svadhyaya in Sanskrit. You might remember that within the second limb of yoga, as well as truthfulness, honesty, seeing more clearly, which is the practice of satya. So it says here in Rise, Sister, Rise, the unclaimed shadow. True light and illuminance are only possible once we have slept with our shadow. Just like the mighty oak cannot rise tall without first laying down an intricate root system deep into the earth, we cannot truly rise if we haven't first looked at our underworld. So you might be aware of Carl Jung's idea of shadow, and this is part of yoga psychology. It's the aspects of ourselves that are not in the forefront of our consciousness, but definitely play a role in influencing our perception of reality. The brightest of people I know are as bright as they are, for they have embraced all shades of their human nature. Our shadow possesses the exact thing that we most despise in others. That's one component of the shadow. For example, your shadow part may be afraid of sharing your voice. It may act out by not being able to be happy for people who are sharing theirs. You may even find yourself being annoyed and frustrated at people who are sharing theirs inauthentically. You can hide this part of you, or you can see it as an invitation. So this is just one example that the author gives of what a shadow trait might be. We're going to explore it a little bit deeper on your end during our guided meditation. To admit that you are afraid and to go about finding the courage to share it. That is part of wholeness or healing. It's interesting that the root word of yoga means union, and hatha is the integration of the lunar and solar aspects of our energies, the Shiva and the Shakti, right? So there's so much that yoga invites us to do in becoming whole and embracing all parts of ourselves. And so one of the practices of the full moon being seeing our shadows more clearly as emotions may become more amplified. You might have heard, the werewolf howling at the full moon type of thing. And though that's a story, it does shed some light on some of us who seem to be very sensitive and our emotions become stronger. And how can we use these emotions as messengers to become more aware of shadow aspects of ourselves that we can embrace and bring into union? So let's start in the physical practice, opening up our bodies, opening up our breaths, and then helping to open up our minds so that we can later sit in meditation. So find a comfortable seat, maybe close your eyes, allow a moment to physically and mentally ground. Pay more attention to what's happening in your physical layer, how you're feeling energy-wise. And what's present in your mind and emotions. Let's begin to deepen the breath, Taking long exhales through the mouth. Inhaling a little deeper. Exhaling a little slower. Once more. And what quality about yourself would you like to strengthen during this yoga practice? Take a moment to set your intention. And then perhaps make an offering of this practice for someone or a cause that you care about. And as a community, let's open space, joining in 3 chants of Om. Empty this breath. Take a deep inhale. And breathing in and out slowly with the mouth closed, let's practice Ujjayi Pranayama. Softly narrowing the back of your throat and listening to the gentle whisper of your balanced breath. And as you keep your breath balanced, let's come to lie down on our backs. Coming all the way down to the floor, bend your right knee into your chest in wind relieving pose, extending the left leg forward onto the ground. Circle your right foot at the ankle a few rounds in both directions. Ground the backs of your shoulders here. Lengthen through the back of your neck. And then start to flex your feet still in this position. Bring your hands to the back of your right thigh, your hamstring, and begin to press your right thigh into your palms as you pull your thigh towards your belly, keeping your right knee stacked above your right hip. Start to draw in your lower belly and lift your left heel to hover about 2 inches off the floor. Take a breath in and exhale, lift your head and shoulders as well. Stay here or bring both arms to the outside of your right thigh, interlacing your fingers, except your index fingers. Taking a breath in, exhale 5. Inhale, feel a twisting action at your mid-torso. Exhale 4. Inhale, if you've got the interlaced fingers, point the index towards the upper right corner. Exhale 3. Deep breath in. Exhale 2. One more breath. And exhale, relax. Slide your right leg straight to the ground. Bend your left knee into your chest. Take a moment here to circle your left foot in both directions. Relax your shoulders on the ground. Listen to the even rhythm of your breath. Now let's flex both of the feet again. Place your hands onto your left hamstring. Press your left hamstring into your hands and stack your left knee above your left hip. Begin to lift the right heel 2 inches off the floor, pressing the left thigh and the hands into each other. Stay here or take a deep breath in and exhale, lift the head and shoulders too. Stay here or bring your arms to the left side of your left thigh and interlace your fingers. Accept your index for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 5, reaching towards the upper left corner of the room. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, spiraling the torso into a twist. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Breath. Exhale, 1. And release. Set your 2 feet onto the ground. Separate them a little wider than hips distance apart. And with your arms out to the sides, gently windshield wiper your thighs to the right, to the left, as you slow down your breathing again. A few more times. And then take hold of your bent knees and rotate your thighs in circles, rotating your legs apart and back together. Giving your sacrum a massage against the ground as you warm up your hips. Couple more breaths. Now as you round into a ball, begin to rock and roll forward and back several times, maybe about 5 times. Forward and back, building momentum. Maybe lifting the legs overhead, maybe squatting forward, so that we can eventually meet standing at the top of your mat in a forward fold. Separate your feet hips distance apart there and parallel them as you bend the knees. And reach your hands behind your lower back to either clasp or hold a strap between. And then take a few breaths here, maybe shifting your weight towards one leg and the other. Maybe shaking and nodding your head. And as you're opening the fronts of the shoulders by stretching your arms away from your lower back, lift your shoulders up and create more space in your neck. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Then release your arms, bend the knees a little more, and inhale to roll up, stacking 1 vertebra at a time, lifting your head last. Roll the shoulders back and down and turn the palms to face forward in Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's begin several rounds of Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. As we salute the sun, that illumination and energy it provides, saluting that light within as well. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, watch your palms touch. Exhale, bow forward, press your fingertips on the ground or your legs. Inhale, lift your heart through your upper arms. Step into your plank pose. As you exhale, glide forward. Bend your elbows to hug your side ribs through Chaturanga. Let's come all the way down in this first one. Ground the tops of your feet. Inhale, Cobra, just slightly lifting the chest. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press the ground away and lift your pelvis high and back, downward facing dog. Let's take 5 breaths on this first one, and if you'd like, take a moment to shift around in your own way. On your next inhale, bend both knees, look past your hands. Exhale first, then walk or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold, press your legs to the ground. Inhale, rise forward, halfway. Exhale, fold. Press to your feet. Inhale, circle your arms, rise up. Watch your palms meet. And as a blessing yourself, exhale, trace your palms in prayer down your center line. Let's keep going. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, dive into a forward fold. Inhale, press the ground of your legs, look forward. Step back to plank again. Exhale, glide forward through chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Take a deep breath to open your chest. Lift through the navel, downward facing dog. This time let's pause, set your gaze on one spot, and take 3 balanced breaths. Next, inhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, empty your breath, and walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to the top. Exhale, down your center line. 3 more cycles. Follow your breath pace. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Step to plank or float into chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog, pausing for 3 breaths. On the 3rd inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Empty your breath, then walk or lightly jump. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, gaze up. Exhale, down your center. In Sanskrit, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 breaths. On your 3rd inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Empty your breath, and walk or float. Inhale, lift your heart, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Last one, just leading with the breath count here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 breaths. Let's stay here for this one. Keep your feet hips width apart to start. We're going to start a new flow. So as you breathe in, raise your right leg behind you slowly, squaring your hips. And as you exhale, cross your right knee to tap your left outer upper arm. Stack your shoulders right over your wrist. Look forward. Inhale, raise the right leg back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, tap your right knee outside your right upper arm, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, raise the right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee and turn your thigh open. Inhale here, tack the left outer hip back. Exhale, step the right foot slowly beside your right thumb. Stay on the ball of your left foot, high lunge. Bending your left knee, root down to your feet. Inhale, rise up to crescent pose. Let's take a few breaths on the first one here. Bring your hands to meet at your heart center. Turning to your left, warrior 2. Spin your left heel down and slide your right foot a few inches to the left, aligning your right heel to the arch of your left foot. As you wrap your right glute under your body, turn out your right thigh so the right bent knee and your right middle toe are pointing straight ahead towards the front of your mat. The left leg slightly turns in and is straight. Firm the top of your left thigh bone back and open your arms wide. And then steady your eyes just past the right hand. Let's take a few last breaths here. Bring your right forearm onto your right thigh and sweep the left arm overhead towards the front of the room, wrapping the pinky finger side, the tricep, towards the left wall. Spiral your chest towards the sky. Maybe look up past the left elbow. Make sure the right shoulder blade is moving down your back. Right glute is rotating under the back, under the body. Side angle pose. 2 more breaths. Can you feel that whole left side of your body lengthening? Keep the bend of your right knee. Inhale, rise up to warrior 2 again. Flip your right palm to face up. And now lean towards the back wall in exalted or peaceful warrior. Landing your left hand either on your left leg or wrapping the left arm behind you. Feel the right side of your torso lengthen. On your next inhale, cartwheel your hands into plank pose and take the exhale down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale into Downward Facing Dog. Let's take 3 slow breaths. Relax your neck, rotate your triceps towards the floor to open up across the shoulders. Inhale, slowly raise your left leg behind you, squaring your hips. Exhale, cross your left knee to touch your right outer upper arm, balancing your shoulders right over your wrists. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, tap your left knee outside your left upper arm, shoulders over wrists. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. Stay here and exhale, bend the left knee and turn your thigh open. Inhale, tack the right hip back. Exhale, lightly step left foot beside left thumb in a high lunge. Bend your right knee. Inhale to rise, crescent pose. To feel how your 2 hips are squaring to face the front of your mat. Join your hands together at your heart and prepare for warrior 2. Spin your right heel down, slide your left foot a few inches to the right, and align your left heel to the arch of your right foot as you open the arms wide, gazing past your left hand. So feel as you're bending your left knee, you're turning open the left thigh, wrapping the left sitting bone underneath. Top of the right thigh is firming back. Let's take 1 more breath. Keep your left knee bent. Sweep your hips towards the back of your mat and reach your left forearm forward, lowering it onto your left thigh. Reach your right arm up and towards the front wall, spiraling the tricep towards your right wall. Extended side angle pose. Let your chest spin slightly towards the sky. And your left outer hip spin underneath your body. One more breath. Keep the bend in your left knee. Inhale, rise up again, warrior 2. Exhale, flip the left palm up and sweep it overhead towards the back wall in peaceful warrior. Land your right hand onto your right leg or wrap the right arm behind your back. Feel the left side of your torso lengthen for 2 more breaths here. Take a deep breath in, lower your hands into plank pose. Exhale, lower into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Dog. Exhale, downward dog or a moment in child's pose. Let's take 5 breaths. In this longer pause, I invite you to slow your breath down and keep that audible, gentle sound. Breathing in and out through your nose. Let your own breath guide your body's pace. All right, from the top, let's flow through the sequence. Exhale this breath out. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to left tricep and plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale to right tricep and plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, turn the thigh open. Inhale, press the left hip back. Exhale, step right foot beside right thumb, high lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent. Exhale, turn to the left, heel to arch, warrior 2. Inhale, right forearm to right thigh, sweep the left arm overhead, extended side angle. Exhale, rise back to warrior 2. Inhale, sweep the right arm overhead towards the back wall, peaceful warrior. Exhale your hands to the ground in plank. Continue to lower into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath, let it go. Side 2. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, cross the knee to your right tricep in plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, touch left tricep in plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, turn your thigh open. Inhale, press the right hip back. Exhale, step left foot beside left thumb, high lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent pose. Exhale, warrior 2, heel to arch. Inhale, reach the left forearm to left thigh, extended side angle pose. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, sweep the left palm back, peaceful warrior. Exhale from plank to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath here, and we'll take this flow one last time. Here we go. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, cross the knee to left tricep. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale to right tricep. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee, turn out your thigh. Inhale, press left hip back. Exhale, step right foot forward, high lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent pose. Exhale to your left, warrior 2. Inhale, extended side angle pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. If you want to take a cat-cow here instead, you have that option. Downward dog, take a deep breath, clear it out. Last side, here we go. Inhale, raise left leg. Exhale, cross the knee to right tricep. Inhale, raise left leg. Exhale, tap left tricep. Inhale, raise left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, turn your thigh open. Inhale, press right hip back. Exhale, step left foot beside left thumb, high lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, forward to extended side angle. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, back, exalted, peaceful warrior. Exhale, down into your vinyasa. Last one. Take a few lion's breaths sitting on our knees, chins to the floor if that's available for you. Take hold of your knees with your hands. Take a full inhalation through the nose. As you exhale, open your mouth and eyes wide and stick out your tongue. Make any sound. Twice more. Inhale deeply. Let it out. Cleansing, clearing breath. Inhale. And roll out the shoulders. Take a little shake as you might need. Switch to our yin music. As you're extending your left leg forward in front of you, I'm going to mirror you. Step your right foot in front of your right hip and take hold of your right shin. Flex your left foot, press your 2 sitting bones down and lift up through each vertebra. Open up your chest, relax your shoulders, lift up through the back of your skull. Chin is parallel to the floor. Now keep holding your right shin with your left hand and backstroke your right hand to the floor, just behind your pelvis. Sit up a little taller by pressing the ground. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, press down, lift up. Exhale, keep twisting. We're gonna keep going for a total of 10 breaths here. If it's available, without losing the openness in your chest, neck, and shoulders, you could hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh, adding on to this twist. Notice the quality of your breath. Keep that deep inhale rising up to your spine, and that full exhale allowing the twist. Sort of a rinsing across the mid-torso. Last 2 breaths here. And then exhale, unwind your spine. Now take your strap, please, so that you have an option to use it for a wrap. And take that strap and bring it behind you so that you can see both ends on the left and right sides of you. Just let it land on the floor here. And then sit up tall. Left hand is on the ground beside left hip. You're still flexing the left foot. Right arm, reach it forward and cross it in front of your right shin to grab that end of the strap. And then the left hand grabs the other end of the strap. Walk your hands as close together as they can onto that strap. Some of you might clasp your hands or hold your wrists. And then as you breathe in, lift your sternum, that's the middle of your chest, open your throat, and imagine there's a string pulling your sternum past your inner left big toe. Now lengthen the back of your neck. Each inhale, ground through the 2 sitting bones and lengthen through your sternum. And as you exhale, see if it might be possible to bow in a little more, just as long as you don't close off your throat. We're here for about 7 more breaths in this bound version of a forward fold. Now on your next inhale, lead from your sternum and slowly rise up. Slide your right leg forward, flex your right foot, and step your left foot on the ground in front of your left hip. Hold on to that shin with both hands and take a moment to sit tall, a few breaths. Feel your chest open up, your shoulders press down, the back of your skull lifting, chin is parallel to the ground, slightly drawing in towards the back of the neck. Now, keep holding the shin with your right hand and backstroke your left hand to the floor behind your pelvis. Press into the surface below with all of your body and sit up even taller as you breathe in. Twist to your left side as you breathe out. Again, press down, inhale, lift up through each vertebra. Exhale, continue twisting. Now, if you can do so without losing the length of your spine or the openness at your throat, perhaps hook the right elbow outside of your left thigh, continuing the twist for about 7 more deep breaths. Deep breaths. And as you gently unwind from the twist, keep the shape of your legs. Have your strap around you. You can see the left and right ends of it beside you. Place your right hand on the ground beside your right hip. Raise the left arm a little taller again, flexing the right foot. Lean forward and cross your left arm in front of your left shin. Find that end of the strap there. Hold on to it. Use the right hand to catch the other end of the strap. And walk your hands as close together as you can. Some of you might be clasping the hands. Again, just like the twist, press your left and right sitting bones down and lengthen your sternum towards your inner right big toe. Exhale, maybe bowing a little more, as long as you can still keep the neck and shoulders open. Got about 8 more breaths to explore in your forward fold. Having just practiced that rather deep spinal twist before this, and then this rather compressing version of a forward fold, or even more compressing than a usual forward fold because of the bind, giving our digestive organs some cleansing massage. Getting things moving in there. You may want to follow up this yoga practice today by drinking lots of warm water, or even hot tea. Continue promoting your digestion. Next inhale slowly, leading from your chest, rise all the way up. Now let's set up for a restorative version of Supta Baddha Konasana with fish pose, which is going to include a heart opening posture. So grab your 2 blocks, and you've got a lot of options for the setup. If you're feeling mildly open in the chest, you might start with the mildest version of this. Tall block, rear end of the mat, medium height block, closer to you, across the mat. If you're feeling pretty open in the chest already, you can make an equal sign so that tall block is now the same as the medium block, or if you want to go even further, make the block that's going to be under your head 1 step lower than the block that's going to be right under the shoulder blades. And then grab your strap here and make a loop with your strap so that it's a big loop, sort of like a hula hoop, and actually put it on like a hula hoop around your waist, like that. And then once you have that hula hoop strap around your waist, situate your pelvis so that it's spaced enough from the blocks so that later, as you lie back, you'll be able to land the area that's right under the bottom tips of your shoulder blades onto the closer block, and the back of your head onto the furthest block. Now with your hula hoop strap, feet are together, soles of the feet. Here's Baddha Konasana. Take the other end of the hula hoop and wrap it around the outer edges of your feet. I'll lift my feet so you can see it a little more clearly. So around the outer edges of your feet, outer ankles, and then tighten the hula hoop, make it smaller so that it's not loose, it's taut. There's a little bit of tension there. You can put the buckle in an area where it's not pressing against your skin. And then you may need to adjust the tightness of this hula hoop as you start to lie back, or maybe not, to your comfort level. You want to be able to just relax and feel that the strap is helping to support your hip opener. And the blocks are supporting your heart opener, your gentle back bend. Make any adjustments so that you can be in this pose for 4 minutes. Yes, that's quite a bit. Restorative postures are even sometimes held for 6 minutes long. So we're here. You may want to accentuate the opening in the front of the shoulders by bending your elbows apart and letting the backs of your hands rest out to the sides like a cactus shape in your arms. And relax the shoulder bones down towards the earth. Feel all the space in your neck, your chest. And let's take a deep inhale into the pit of your belly, into your lower back, into the middle of your torso, all around your rib cage, into your shoulder blades, your chest, your neck and throat. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Feel the body soften as you breathe out. Again, inhale from the pit of the belly, low back, lifting the breath slowly up the torso in cross sections of thirds. And when you arrive to the very top, the tops of your lungs, clear it out through the mouth. Feel the empty at the bottom. Take one more full breath like that before letting go of controlling your breath and just allowing a feeling of sweet surrender in this posture. And we're going to slowly, very gradually begin to exit this posture. So bring your hands to your outer thighs. And then see here if you can start to wiggle one foot out of the strap so that you can step the foot onto the ground, and then wiggle the other foot out of the strap so you can step it onto the ground. Knees are bent. And then you can either turn over to one side, rolling off the blocks, or press your hands into the floor and very slowly lift forward to sit. And though you're not controlling your breath, be mindful of your transition. Observe your breathing as it is. And let's take one of your blocks, possibly two of your blocks. So just have them off to the side here to support us in an inversion, lifting the legs up higher than the heart. So come back down onto your back with nothing underneath it. And you might even opt for a pillow instead of a block. Press your feet into the ground and start with one block or pillow. Lift your pelvis and slide that object across your mat right beneath the flat part of your lower back, your sacrum, making sure it's not digging up towards your rib cage and it's not way too low and unsupporting by your glutes. So feel stable, that you can lift your feet and you feel supported. Now you can decide to be at this height, or you could explore taking another block or pillow, lifting the pelvis higher and stacking that prop over the first, in which you might need to slide the blocks even closer to your rib cage to feel more stable. And then from here, start to lift one leg up, then the other leg up. And let's be here for 1 full minute. So besides spinal twists and compressing forward folds that stimulate your digestion, after that, coming into this inversion, an upside down position in which you're accentuating blood flow down and reverse into your digestive organs. This adds on to that digestion stimulating effect, among other things. We got about 15 more seconds in this position. Slowly step one foot onto the floor, then the other foot onto the floor. And then begin to remove the prop or props from under your sacrum, gently lowering your spine, your pelvis. Draw your bent knees into your chest, maybe rock side to side to massage out your sacrum. Maybe come into happy baby pose. And before we lie to rest in Shavasana, I invite you to practice a grounding pranayama with me. So let's make our way up to sit and prepare to practice Nadi Shodhana pranayama, alternate nostril breathing that helps to calm the nervous system, help us to tune into our subtle energy body, as well as balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And it's done by breathing slowly but gently in and out through the nose so the mouth is closed. Rest your left hand on your lap, maybe bring thumb and first finger to touch to help focus. If you close your eyes, you might steady your gaze at your brow center. With your right hand, stick out your thumb, pinky, and ring finger, Vishnu Mudra. Use your right thumb to cover the right nostril when we breathe through the left. Use your right pinky and ring finger to cover the left nostril when we breathe in or out through the right. So alternate nostril breathing. Let's begin by exhaling this breath out through the nose. Pause at the bottom. Use right thumb, cover right nostril. Inhale through left, about 6 counts. Hold it in 3 counts. Cover left nostril. Exhale right, 6 counts. Hold 3 counts. Inhale right, 6 counts. Hold for 3. Cover right. Exhale left, 6 counts. Hold for 3. We just finished 1 cycle. Cycle 2. Inhale through left. Hold. Cover left. Exhale through right. Hold. Inhale through right. Hold. Cover right. Exhale through left. Hold. Cycle 2 is finished. Try 2 more cycles on your own. When you finish the last cycle, ending with exhaling through left nostril and holding your breath out, sit for a moment, breathe naturally, and observe the effects of that pranayama, that breathing technique. And if your eyes are closed, you might keep them closed as you begin to make your way down to the ground into your final resting pose before meditation. Using any props that you might need to lie comfortably and still, closing your eyes and relax into the natural rhythm of your breath. We'll be here for the next 5 minutes. As your body rests in stillness with your eyes closed, feel into the effects of your yoga practice. Notice how you feel in the physical layer, energetic, mental, and emotional. Then begin to deepen your breath. Ease into moving your fingers, hands, toes, and feet. Gently turning your head. And slowly stretching your arms and legs. Transitioning mindfully towards a comfortable seat for our guided 10 minutes of meditation. As I mentioned at the start, in light of the full moon, this meditation is a mindfulness practice of svadhyaya, self-study, particularly about any shadow aspects of ourself. So sitting comfortably, ground your body, sit tall, close your eyes or steady a soft gaze ahead. Hands in a mudra that helps you to stay focused and relaxed. Begin by feeling your body in stillness. Feeling what is physically supporting your body, the surface below it. And sensing the natural, gentle movement of your breath. Notice now you are grounded, aware, and present. Anytime during this meditation that you don't feel ready to address what I bring up, know that you have the option to come back to focusing on your breath or the surface below that's supporting your physical body, that sensation. Let's begin by calling to mind something that tends to trigger or hook you. Maybe there's something that anyone says, or something that happens that is a catalyst for an impulse of intense reactive emotion. Sit for a minute and see if you can identify a trigger you might have. Usually they may cause emotions of frustration or anger or fear. And now let's apply the stages of mindfully encountering difficult emotions called RAIN, an acronym. So beginning with the R for recognize. Recognize the type of situation or a specific moment in which this trigger caused reactivity within you, whether you acted on it or not. Just cause that swell of emotional impulse. As you visualize that moment or situation, what does it look like? What does it sound like? In RAIN, the A stands for allow. Allow space for whatever emotion arises in this situation that you're picturing. Notice what it feels like. The I in RAIN stands for investigate. As we have started to do, can you locate a specific area in your body in which you feel this triggered emotion? And rather than mentally describing that feeling, can you allow yourself to witness it? What does it remind you of? And asking your inner guidance, what meaning do you make of it? What does it mean? And the last stage in RAIN, the N stands for nurture. In your own kind words, remind yourself that it's human to feel as you do. We all have triggers and times that we're hooked, but the more we can bring them into the forefront of our consciousness, the more we have control over how we react, over how we respond. And in nurturing yourself, you might ask, how does this vulnerable part of me want to be cared for? How does this vulnerable part of me want to be cared for? And as we sit for a moment, releasing the practice of RAIN, feel into whatever comes to your consciousness in the next minute. practicing open, non-judgmental awareness. Let's join the palms to meet at the heart, lifting your heart, bowing in. May we continue with love, truthfulness, and loving devotion to study ourselves and release the patterns that no longer serve us, peeling off layers of illusion of our separateness. Let's close with one chant of Om. Take a deep breath. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.